Hey guys, good morning. Good morning, guys. Good morning. I wanted to say good morning. I know I'm a minute early. So I just walked the dogs and they're busy with marrow bones. Let's see how long that lasts. They keep switching up with each other. Anyway, yeah. So everybody's good, huh? Cool. Yeah, so you guys, what do you think about that Lauren Matthias? What's up with that? What do you guys think? I saw Lady K was doing something on it, but I had a few other content creator friends that were talking about it as well. Isn't that crazy? Good morning to everybody. I just want to give everybody a chance to get here. I know it's early. But yeah, isn't that crazy? Sherry, thank you. Thank you. Shorty Pie. Yeah, isn't that so? The question is, do you guys believe the story or what? Hi, Butterfly Wishes. No, we just started at 8:15. Good morning, Poppy Red Mustang. Poppy Red My first car was a Mustang Grand. Sort of, kind of. I count it as my first car. It really wasn't my first car, but it was the first car that I was proud of, that I really wanted, that worked. Hi, Susan. Truth and Facts, how you doing? SB, how you doing? Cool. You think she made it up? Why though? What do you think about it, Toddy? You know, I haven't done any videos on it because I wanted to do more investigation about it. I watched Lauren and, it's kind of like the Ellen thing, but with the Ellen thing, I fucking knew Ellen was rotten to the core. I just kind of sense that. I really don't sense that about Lauren, but weird things happen, with YouTube creators. I'm just going to be honest with you. And I'll tell you what it is real quick as we get more people that come in. So every day on YouTube, you can look up and see how much money you've made. And usually they lag about 2 days behind. And then they have like what you did last month. And then there's one place where you could see what you did for the last several months. So you're kind of always in competition with each other. And you could see the loss of subscribers as well as how many subscribers, which videos did this, which videos did that. And of course, then you have all of the comments. And I don't care who you are. You're going to get hate comments. You're going to get love comments. That's just the way it is. But somehow, some way, those hate comments, they just ring louder. Not because they're true, but because it goes against what you're really trying to do. And for me, I'll speak for me. I would really love everybody to see things my way. Now, in reality, would I? Of course not. It would be a boring world if everybody saw things my way. But if there's something I'm passionate about, and to me, it's like, guys, what are you blind? That's something that, I would hope that you would trust me in showing you. At the end of the day, you could still say, yeah, Toddy, I see the same thing you see, but I just see it differently. Then, okay, at least I got you there and you believed me and my intentions. Why would Lauren and her husband ruin a reputation? The reputation is so important. It's more important than the subscribers. It's more important than the views, because the reputation is the thing that's going to take you places, your integrity. So to me, but if you're a really competitive person and there's jealousy, I don't look at other people's channels to say, wow, how many subscribers do they have? How come they have more than me? How come I have more than them? I don't look me up because I know that there's shit out there that I don't want to see. As a matter of fact, when people send me things, I don't want to see the gossip of the bullshit that people send me. Send me something that I could take to police officer. Then I'll go ahead and do something. Send me something that's concrete where, I don't care about other people's gossip, but if I'm in harm's way, yeah, I want to know about that. But I even have somebody that can look at those videos or those comments because I don't want to see them. You know what I mean? Like everybody gets triggered, me included. So only thing we can do if we know that about ourselves is know what triggers us and kind of stay away from it. I'm not that curious. I'm not that curious. And I'll be honest with you, we're going to talk about the Whittakers here. I talked to Patrick about that. Isn't that funny? Because I just saw this comment. How you doing, guys? How you doing, CGAB? Maxine, Jamie, as always, thank you. So here's the thing. I have said to him, don't look at what people say about you, man. It's none of your business. What do you care? Like, what do you care? But some people, and it's not just him, a lot of people, right? They need to know. They need to know what's inside the envelope that's sent, even if it's sent from somebody they can't stand. Their curiosity is going to get the best of them. I'm not that way. I'm not that way. I'm not that fucking curious. I'd rather keep myself together. So anyway, but that's where I think Patrick has a lot of the problem is that he reacts because listen, I think Patrick feels guilty because of Eric, not because Patrick did anything wrong or intentionally did anything wrong. You understand? That's what I'm saying. Thanks, Avenger Adventures. I know that there's something to that name. I can only imagine so you're out there in Oklahoma. Are you ballooning or what are you doing over there? What's your adventures? People somehow naturally gravitate toward an ugly story. They do. They do. And you know what's funny? Who said it? What was it, Lauren? Because I've watched a lot of stuff as of late. People like drama. Oh, it was Ivory Rose. Guys, if you don't know Ivory Rose, she is well known in the gypsy verse. However, that is not her only content, and I give her a lot of credit for stuff like that. But there's a lot of crap going on over there in the gypsy verse, and I'm part of that crap. And it's happened over here as well, right? With the Whittakers and people making dumbass videos about content creators and bringing up my late ex-wife, just stupid shit. And I say that because go after the dead. Like how are they gonna fight back? I mean, you really got to be weak for that. Or maybe I could just go get my deceased ex-wife's old mom and bring her in to vouch for me. Anyway, the point is that we could give in to all of this shit or not. And Lauren now with what's going on, it's I don't know. I don't know if this is just a really creative hater that's gone after her, somebody who's jealous of their own shit, or if Lauren really did that. So I don't know. I need to look into it. Anyway, what? I don't know. I know she got like $5,000 off that live stream. But let me ask you a question. Do you really think she needed that $5,000? That channel makes a hell of a lot more than that. Is it worth your reputation and $5,000? $5,000 isn't worth my reputation, and I don't make that much. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. All right. Oh, in our prayers. Okay. That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's all that much to her. $5,000, $5,000, but I wouldn't ruin my reputation over $5,000. It's not like she's got a drug problem that I'm aware of and needs money for something. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't make sense. That's the only thing. Yeah, so this isn't really about the Whittakers, Tony. This is kind of more about the players in it. So let's get into it. We have, a fair amount of people here, and I thank you so much, guys. Please hit the button. Put your DNA on the like button if you would, please. All right. And those that aren't subscribed, well, you wouldn't be here anyway, would you now? Okay, so let's get into something that I want to share. So somebody sent me this. Actually, in all fairness, a few of you sent me this. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this on and we're going to read it. We're going to read it. This is from Suni. So let's see. Let me get it's not in order. Hang on. It should be. Oh, it is. Wait a minute. There it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay. All right. So hang on. Here we go. All right. Let's take the trash out. This is from the Sunny Rose Foundation now, guys. Remember that. The Sunny Rose Foundation. Let's take the trash out. Hang on. I got to get rid of something here. Hang on. Because that's on it. And I got to get rid of that. I don't like Sunny either. Not at all. All right. So, but some of you aren't part of Facebook, and a lot of us she is blocked. Let's take the trash out. I have been very honest about my involvement regarding my past. I was never arrested, charged, or even interviewed negatively about my involvement. I did testify in federal court against the predators. Oh, I'm sorry, against the perpetrators. Freudian slip there for you. I'm sorry. Alleged. They got 40 years with no chance of early release. Okay, let's stop there and say, how did she get the children? Anybody? Anybody? How'd she get the kids in her care? Anybody? Anybody? Okay, thank you. All of this was 18 years ago. So in other words, what she did was she testified to save her ass, and she didn't mention that. Isn't that kind of like a plea deal? I'm just asking. And here's another thing I want you guys to remember. Does anybody know who Jen Soto is? SOTO. Affiliation by Madeline, just 4 days after her 13th birthday, unalived. Do we remember her? Let me ask you a question. Jen Soto, was she charged with anything? Is she guilty of anything? All right. All of this was 18 years ago. That sounds like Gypsy. So 10 years ago, court was about 10 years ago. There we go. If you watch the show, you'll see why it took so long. My daughter was 8 then, and now she's 26. Again, watch Web of Live, season 4, episode 5. Don't watch that. That is a docu-fucking drama that she worked for, and ask how much money she might have gotten for that. Ask. And then go look up the articles that don't have the fluff and that have the hard edges around it, the edges that have the faces of kids. Don't watch the rounded, sanded, non-cutting version. Read the articles. I'm sure you can get the court case. Maybe even the plea deal. If there was a plea deal, why would you testify? Not getting any problem. I mean, before they got the kids, somebody gave them the kids. Makes sense to me. I have worked for children most of my life. Well, I haven't seen that. I just want to let you guys know. I'm telling you the truth. Those kids were working for her. I mean, they were waiting on her hand and feet. I want to know what happened to his marrow bone. Okay. I've worked with children most of my life. I've had numerous background checks. I bet you have, both federally and locally. Why would you have to have so many? I've adopted 5 children. Had I done anything illegal, I would have been charged. Again, do you guys remember Jen Soto? Not everybody's charged. That's just the truth. Whether you like it or not, Sonny, not everybody's charged. Not everybody gets caught. Doesn't make everybody innocent. That's just the way it is. Certainly, I wouldn't have been allowed to keep my daughter, and two, foster 6 children, and then adopt 3 and have them wait on me. Oh, wait, where does it say that? Oh, that was right. The phone call she had with me and the other person, and how I knew it wasn't a one off. I've had my own charities and projects over the years, from feeding the homeless to filling food boxes to cooking at the Salvation Army. I'm sorry. I like to see her cook at the Salvation Army. That's come on. To putting together suitcases for foster children, to getting donations and supplies, to go into the mountains. I want to see her go into the mountains. I mean, like with the shit on her back. To families affected by the floods, to starting now our foundation working to stop the exploitation of vulnerable individuals. There's something in nonprofits where people get paid. They get some sort of fee. I am not sure whether she's doing this or not. And I wouldn't believe her either which way. I would need to see the stuff and then see like everything. Neither Sherry nor I want Miss Betty taken. Really? We know better than that. That is an untruth. And she uses the word taken because in quotes, because it can mean anything. It's kind of like a poetic license for a song or something. It's how it's deemed to them. I didn't mean physically taken and taken away forever, but taken to a home is what I meant. You know what I'm saying? So taken needs to be considered. We do think that she needs an evaluation. Who the fuck are you? Who are you to decide that? We both believe she's manipulated and abused. Really? And again, who are you? That's just part of her personality. She's a very passive woman. You're going to go to every passive woman and what? What are you going to do about it? Come on. Let's see. This does not mean we think she's innocent in all of this. By the way, we think she's guilty as shit. I met Patrick because I wanted to help Miss Betty and I wanted to trust him. Of course I did when I went into his house taking an inventory with a tape recorder in my pocket. After meeting him, I realized we weren't the same kind of people. There we go again. Tell me that that's not like, what do you mean the same kind of people? If you both want to help the Whittakers, that's the same kind of fucking people. If you literally want to see what's honestly best for them, that's the same kind of people. If you're Team Whittaker, that means all of the Whittakers. He might not just be Team Betty. Okay. But if you honestly wanted to help the Whittakers, then you would have had that in common. And for somebody that, has these organizations and shit, you should be able to work with everybody. You should be able to not judge them, but work with them. And clearly you can't do that in your own writing. In your own writing. We are not the same kind of people. I was only looking to help the family with a tape recorder in my pocket and an inventory of him, and to go over to the house to clean, but not to clean, to get a lawyer and be the hero, but not really be the hero, because I might really be working with Eric Carroll, in particular with a lawyer, and in particular, Miss Betty. Slowly, the truth came out. What is it? And I realized lies and deception was rampant. Where? Where are the lies and deception? Tell me. In Georgia? Where are they here? I mean, when Betty told you that she was being blackmailed and or extorted, and Larry told you you're upsetting her, this is what Eric did. Was that a lie? That sounded real to me. That was the first time I actually heard Betty speak up for herself, and she really didn't. She had Larry do it. So, come on. But I mean, what's she guilty of? Being a country woman, being a dumb woman, pardon me, being an unworldly woman, being an uneducated woman. What is she guilty of? Depending on the only people that have ever been there for her? Trusting them more than you? I want to know, what's she guilty of? I was only looking to help, all that bullshit. Slowly, the truth came out. Here we go. I realized not just with content creators, but within the family. I made it very clear that I was only in this for Miss Betty. And that's not what Miss Betty wants. See, Miss Betty wants her family back. Therefore, you're not working with her. You're working against her if you and Betty don't have the same vision. And you don't have the same vision. So get the F out. Do you see that right now? Even the people that you were trying to help weren't your kind of people. Get out. This is the stupidest thing, to be honest with you. I mean, all you got to do is read it, to be honest, and it says it. That there was no money to be made. All that's when they started attacking me. The most ridiculous lies. They're gross. What did we lie about? I'm sorry, but what did we lie about? They didn't care for you. They didn't like you. All right, let me see what's going on in the chat because I'm going on. I don't want to broken dolls, you said it. I agree. Okay, hang on. She left her nest to judge the vulnerabilities of these folks. I agree. So you guys are okay? Jamie, if I'm missing anything that is important in the chat, can you text it to me? What if Betty is being bullied and manipulated by BJ? Did not have a problem before money. They became ruthless. Money brought a lot of hangers on. Betty was in charge of the money. Where did it go? Listen, that's BJ and another and a grandson, right? Was it a grandson? BJ and was it Brandon or Jason? Brandon was taking money too. So they're both taking money, both asking her for money. This is something that could be easily taken care of if the money is put in a trust. It still doesn't have to be taken over by this woman. And nobody has really stood by the fact. As a matter of fact, people have said she never put hands on these people, BJ. Never put hands. She's a drug addict. What do we do with them? Just fucking throw them away? I'm not getting upset with you, broken dolls. But that's nothing for this woman to decide. BJ is a drug addict. That we know. We don't know that she's put hands on anybody. We know what's been told to us. And then we know what's been told to us by the family. And then we know what's been told to us by Patrick, even after he said. So after that, with that confusion, what would we do? Should we let this woman who came from North Carolina decide for this family? No, absolutely not. Right? I don't think so. And a little bit of Lisa, I disagree with you, and you know why. I see you guys are doing great. All right. Okay, great. It was Jason, right? Good. I know where Marlboro is. That's not far from me, T-bro. That's not. I'm in Ulster. I'm in Ulster County. You think Brandon, Toddy? I don't know, but I don't think anybody's been actually hit the family like that. I don't think anybody was hitting the family. I don't. You know, I don't. Thank you, man. All right, so let me go onward. Listen, I'm gonna leave you guys alone in the chat for a minute. I'm gonna read my shit. No, it's not mine. This is crazy lady stuff here. All right, let's see. Okay. Okay. I met Patrick because I wanted to help Miss Betty and I wanted to trust him. After meeting him, I realized we weren't the same. Okay, I already read that. Okay. And then she called us gross. All that's when that started attacking me. The most ridiculous lies. They're gross. What did I lie about? I didn't lie about anything. Everything I told you was the God's honest truth. That's the God's honest truth. You know, when she told me about about being naive to the wants of adults in regards to children, I placated her. And then I said to myself, but wait a minute. Yeah, but I wasn't going to argue with her. I gave her the benefit of the doubt. And then she mentioned the Adam Walsh thing. I mentioned it. I'm sorry. And she said, oh, yeah, I remember that. And then I thought after we hung up, I went through the phone call. I usually do that. That's the way I am. I usually process shit later. And I started thinking, Yeah, there was a lot going on in that fucking phone call. That's a fucked up situation, that. Anyway, I have no reason to tell an untruth. I have absolutely no reason. I promise you, no reason to tell you an untruth. So what does that say? At least Betty gets her ass out of bed and puts it on the porch and gets out of her night clothes. How dare you speak about her, Sonny? I'm serious. That says a lot, doesn't it? I mean, at least Betty gets out of bed, puts on clothes, and gets ready for the day as well as getting other people ready instead of being waited on, which is something you told me. I stay in bed all day. Yep. That's what you said. I mean, come on. Am I making that up? Like, seriously? And I don't care how you live your life. It's just that people like you that don't really live your life shouldn't be trying to have other people's lives lived the way you think so when you don't have the guts to show up for your own. That's my problem here. And then talk poorly about people that actually fucking get out of bed and show up for their life. Whoever said I want Miss Betty's dogs taken is a fool. I do recall saying Miss Betty walked up the street with her dogs, but nothing else about them. They look fine to me, healthy and chubby. I don't know about this. I know that I heard stuff about it, but I don't know. If anybody could show something that shows that she's a liar here, we'll put it up. When I had my call with Larry and I asked him if he wanted my help, he said, "Yes, darling, I want your help. It's the lady in North Carolina I don't trust." That's true. That's true. They knew better. I immediately stopped contacting them and went after them. I'm sorry, that's not written there. Sorry about that. That's just my opinion. Because that's what happened, I thought. I stopped my plans. I called the lawyer and said I was backing away. Now, let me ask you something. If you really want to help a family, does it matter that you're there, that you do the right thing? Just ask it. When people give donations, do they hang around and wait for somebody to say, $200? Thank you, Betty. Betty, that $200, Betty Whittaker? Or do they just walk away? I mean, how do you donate? So when you want something good, right? When you guys want something good, how do you do it? You go ahead and do it, right? Hey, listen, the family and I have had a falling out. They don't really trust me yet. I'll work on that on the side. The most important thing is that we get the family back together. So I'm going to back away and I'm going to ask for you to please step up and, maybe you can, whatever. That's what you do. You don't just say, "Okay, stop the plans. They're not talking to me anymore." I mean, that's when everything changed for this crazy woman. When they said they didn't trust her, instead of her stepping away and saying, they've been through so much and they've been uh lied to and they've been conned. I understand. I understand. I'm another person. I'm not from the area. Let me gain the trust and let me still help them. That's what somebody who helps does. Am I wrong in that? I'm just asking. All right. So I called the inspector and said I was backing away. I was told it's probably for the best. Oh, so that's what the inspector told you to do? Really? I called the septic company. So she called all these people after she said that nothing could be done. I mean, didn't she say that nothing could be done? And I mean, that all we could do is take things at a time and that they were going to bring something over and show this and show that. She did an awful lot for somebody that was in bed for a couple days. I'm just saying, that's very Eric Carroll like, in my opinion. It's ridiculous that anyone would think our group would call AP fraudulently. I'm sorry, the word fraudulently. Well, you're a matter of opinion. Let me ask you a question. If everybody watching this called APS where you are, okay, and said, "Listen, I think that those kids that she has are waiting on her hand and foot." I mean, that's a true statement. Would that be fraudulent? It wouldn't be fraudulent, right? It's not the same thing. You see what I'm saying? Like, stop playing. Just stop playing. I don't want anybody to do that. Please don't do that. I'm just saying, it's not up to any of us to do this. These people were living their lives. You came in with an idea and they didn't trust you, and you went to shit on that. You aren't helping people when your ego is that fucking big. Oh, God. And then she did this thing about donation. I don't want to keep going on here. Here's a funny for you. Patrick knew my real name all along. I was originally part of his group. So what? I messaged him about bringing my family and supplies to clean the Whittakers. Yeah, but here's what happened. When you got there, you didn't bring your family and all that bullshit. You got there and wanted to take them to the lawyer. You changed the plan. That's what you did, but you don't write that, and that's the truth. And he didn't trust that. And you went into his house with the tape recorder and taking inventory, but I guess we'll forget to mention that. Oh, so here she goes into the bullshit. Here's a fun, okay. To the content creators, minions, moles. Why? I just told you why. You go back and listen. Are you truly that bored? No, you are. I just go back and listen. Are we children? No, but you have a shitload of them and they spend all day with you waiting on you. You told me that. I'm sorry. Playing a spy game? Nope. Looking out for the Whittakers. Team Whittakers. That's what's going on here. Ridiculous is right because of who you claim you are. I guess your bosses, I don't know. I'm not anybody's boss here except the wrench. I'm her boss. Create real content instead of made up lies. I'm not doing that. And yes, I know exactly what slander is. Do you really? Because this isn't it. And I have audio, video, and print. Do you really? That clearly proves you lied, hence slander, libel. And by the way, guys, when I say libel on my phone, it spells it Liabel. So for those of you guys that don't know that I don't know any better, I use talk to text because somebody ripped me off on that. And I'm like, oh my God, I get it. So feel free, ask me any questions, anything. I'm an open book as long as you watch season 4, episode 5. Guys. All right. So that's Suni. Yesterday you cried and then you. Okay. Now this one's a Patrick. Hang on. How we doing in here? It was very long. Did you like it, Liz? I don't know, Jamie. I'm not even her boss. I'm just messing. Is Eric and his mom who said he does this kind of thing professionally, Megan? That's what I don't know, but I guess so because they're part of the group. They are part of the group. XXX country. I just wanted you guys that had the opportunity or not opportunity to read that letter. Okay. That they really read the letter. I just wanted you to really read it. All right. So let me check on my, oh, there he is. Everybody's marrow boned out. They got the marrow out the bone. Where are you from, Liz? That your accent. Yeah, I argue with Siri all the time too. Okay, so this is Patrick, and this is something new that Patrick put out. So we're gonna watch this. Now, guys, you know that I'm friendly with Patrick. We haven't spoken. I don't think we've had a falling out, like I said. I just think he's trying to keep a low profile. But anyway, he put this out here, and there's something I'm going to call Patrick out on because there's a discrepancy in what he said, an inconsistency, and that, in my opinion, should be cleared up because it was put out online and two sides to one story. So something was up there. Let's see.
Reflect on things that have. So I figured I'd get on here this evening and kind of reflect on things that have taken place the last couple of days. So I bought Larry and Betty a car. And I see a lot of people on here that are saying, well, then give them the title to the car. And then I see people say, well, don't give them the title to the car. Put a lien on.
This is where you got to do what you think is right, Patrick, because you're not going to make everybody happy. You got to do what's right. Now, when you said that you bought them a car, that means that you bought them a car, not that you picked out a car for them that they're paying for. When you say you bought them a car, that means you purchased the car for them, or you got that car for them. That's nothing that they're paying for. So I just want to say that that's the way I am reading this now. So if it's anything different, I'm reading it that you gifted them a car because you bought it for them.
On the car. And it seems like that everybody out here, everybody knows every damn thing, like everybody's got a college degree. So we have doctors and lawyers and police officers, and we just have a bunch of people that just, you know, think that they know what they're talking about when you don't know shit. So
this is where I tell Patrick and everybody, do not go look yourself up. This shit will make you crazy. It will make you crazy, and it's made to make you crazy. There are people that just like drama and are actually bored, and they love to see people like this. They love to see people that maybe they don't care for like this. Okay? And you can't give in to that. You got to go with your heart. And I am 100% sure that this guy is second guessing himself all the time. He's just got to do what his heart's telling him to do, because I know that he's got a good heart. I know he's got a good heart. So he's just got to do what his heart's telling him to do and fuck it all. And then when all is said and done, and when he gets the result that he thinks he's going to get, then he can read all the fucking comments he wants. But regardless of anything, there's still going to be haters in those comments. Even if he does everything, if he gave them $1 million, there would still be people bitching him out, because that's the way people are. Same thing with me. Same thing with every single content creator and person. We all have that. Not everybody's going to like us. Not everybody's going to love us. That's the way it is. Does it hurt our feelings? Yes. But there's nothing we could do about it. We don't like and love everybody, do we? Nope.
basically what I'm going to do, the title to that car is not in my name.
Okay. I want you to remember that.
And whoever, you know, gets on Facebook and throws these little rumors out that it's in my name, you're full of shit.
Okay, but here we go. Now, you're going to find yourself full of shit, Patrick, because you're the one that said it. Now, wait.
Shit. Kind of like right here with the bullshit from people.
I get it, but wait. Sorry, man. And I'm
going to give the title to Larry. And Larry can do whatever he wants with that car. And if BJ takes that car down the road, buying whatever, and she wraps it around a damn tree, not my problem. It's just not my problem.
Okay, so the only thing I ask is, I believe this will get back to Patrick. The only thing I ask is, before you do that, Patrick, just remember, if that car wraps itself around the tree and you sit online and go, I told you so, I told you so, they're still going to come to you for things that they might need in the wintertime, or for rides here or rides there. So fuck what everybody else is saying and keep the car safe for them if that's what you think's in their best interest. Stop doing what everybody else is telling you to do and just follow your fucking heart here.
Just like I've said, I'm fed the hell up. I'm fed up with people. I'm just fed up with the negativity.
Then you gotta stop looking at it, man. You gotta stop looking at the shit.
I've had enough. Just had enough.
I understand.
And Larry's had the conversation.
Okay, so here's the problem with this last conversation, because this conversation was just a couple days ago.
About the vehicle. I told Larry that my name would be on the title.
So he told Larry that his name was on the title, or his name would be on the title. So I don't know what that means. Could he come off and say, listen, my name's not on the title yet, and it wasn't on the title yet, and be that technical about it? I don't know. I don't know where he got the car. I don't know how he got the car. I don't know if the title wasn't changed. I would say that that's not even, that's, if, listen, all anybody wants, Patrick, is the truth. Very black and white, very plain. That's all they want is the truth so that they can get behind you to help the Whittakers. That's what I think. That's what I think. So when statements like these are made, it's so unclear. Everybody is going to say, wait a minute, didn't he say? That's the first thing I said. And not because I like Patrick, but I was like, wait a minute, didn't he say something else? And I went back and checked. And then I found this. So this is just, this honestly would be a problem that I'd have to say you caused because of this.
That car.
Okay, so we're going to have that music. I don't want to.
There's nobody to drive that car but him.
Going on with this drama.
Okay, now this is Bozo. Now, I thought we could go through this if you guys wanted to. I know we've seen it, but now we have a little bit of hindsight. So what do you think? Do you think you want to see it again? Yeah, but here's the problem is, okay, so I don't want to really, I just want to address what he said. What he said was it was in his name, or it was going to be in his name, and then it wasn't. And so that's all I want to address. This other, the rumor stuff, I don't want to. What came out of his mouth, I want to. So could it be that his name is on the title to avoid affecting Bennett? Well, the problem is he's saying two different things. And yeah, and you're right, Pam, 1000%, 1000%. Hey, don't encourage her, SB. What's wrong with you? I'm joking. Guys, did you guys want to go through Eric's thing? Because I have it on a fast speed. That's true. Kathy, that's very true. That's very true. So Kathy says when he gave them the car, Larry asked where the title was, and he said, it will be here tomorrow. Then he said he told Larry his name would be on the title. I feel like that was to take the heat off Larry. I don't know, but I remember that conversation. And that's fine. And that's fine. But you shouldn't say, Patrick, that's fine. But that wasn't clear. If you went ahead and did that, that's fine. It wasn't clear. And it wouldn't be our business, except you did say two different things. And that's why it's our business. Had you just said, this is the car, I don't want to talk about it, that's it. Okay. But there were two different things that came out of his mouth. So that's a problem. That's a problem, especially when you're trying to gain good public opinion, or to try to change the public opinion. Then you got to be 100% transparent and stop looking at the negative shit. It's not going to help you. Look at what it does. It doesn't. Please, it doesn't. It doesn't. SB says, haha, I'm one for bad behavior. You see? All right, guys. So let's watch Eric's thing, because, it's been a minute since Eric showed us his ass. And now that we have some hindsight, this is the thing he put out October 3rd. But there's a few things that I think I know I missed. So let me give them some water, because you guys need some water. You want some more water from the marrowbone? It's raining again. It's raining. All right. All right. Okay. Let's go to Eric Carroll. Eric Carroll.
I haven't wanted to be attached to it, and I don't know that it's going on unless somebody brings it to me. What is going on?
Okay, hang on. Let me bring this back a little bit. He's saying he don't want to be attached to this shit. All right, we're gonna go there.
This drama. I haven't wanted to be attached to it, and I don't know that it's going on unless somebody brings it to me.
So here's somebody that doesn't want to be attached to the drama that they left behind. How convenient to not want to be attached to the drama that was left behind because of them. Let's just leave a ball of shit and walk away.
What is going on right now is a travesty. But
Don't you think it's a travesty? Of course it's a travesty. You know why? Because the family split up because of you.
I want to do a little bit of talking because there are so many rumors and this thing is so out of control that I'm going to make a little video right now. Obviously, there's only so much I can say. There's an
What do you mean there's only so much you could say? How convenient.
investigation going on, but I want you to know this.
And why should we believe you? I just want to know. Those trusting big brown eyes full of shit. What? Huh?
I was the one begging for there to be an investigation.
Really? Really? So that you could take the money and run? There's no doubt. I guarantee. We know you had 3 times you went to APS
I have been a cooperating witness from
with a shitload of money in his pocket. Look at him.
day one, talking to the state police, talking to adult.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. When you were doing that, did you ever tell Patrick, hey, listen, man, I don't think the family should be in this situation? I mean, because you were telling us and collecting money and for trips and stuff to go find out about homes and stuff. But you've been in touch with them since day one. Why were you collecting money and trying to make us believe that you were going to build them a house, sir?
Protection services, whatever you need, I've got it. Here you go. I've got
What do you got? What have you got?
nothing to hide. I've got all the receipts, documents.
And remember, he's got everything at a very early stage when he was trying to convince us that he was going to build a home for them.
Text messages, emails to back up everything I've been telling you guys along the way.
Where
I
are
have
they?
nothing more to say. What is going on right now? The real exploitation.
So in other words, what he said was, he said, listen, I think there's families being, this is what I think happened with Eric. He said to himself, fuck, man, there's a lot more money than I even anticipated. Why should I give it to anybody? This family shouldn't be living like this anyway. If they get into any kind of trouble or something, they get pulled away because they shouldn't be living like this, then maybe, just maybe, I can walk away with some money here. Let me start an investigation by saying, I think BJ, who I already know is an addict, is doing horrible things. Wait, I already know she's doing horrible things. And then he's got the video of Larry. And now he's created his own show for all of us to see. And now his plan is, I'm going to fuck this up and take all the money. And that's what I think happened.
And is right now all these content creators that are going around making up these scenarios and
Oh, well, like I just did. So better what? Better we go to people who I could coercively control, stick a camera up their ass, in their face, mock them, live off of them, exploit them, make a lot of platforms for them, make charges against them, for me, behind their back, take all the money and leave. That's what I saw you do. Hands, anybody see hands? I want to see hands with anybody that saw the same show I saw. Anybody?
nobody is even close, guys, to knowing what the real story is. Not even close.
Well, the real story would be something that you would create, because if there was a real story and there was something much more going on there, why didn't you leave before you took all the money? Why didn't you just go away? Why? Why did it take you 3 times to split up a family and then take their money and run? And you can't even face Betty and say, oh, Betty, here, Betty. He didn't know who to give the money to. He was at the Whittaker's porch all the time. He couldn't give Betty the money. He didn't know where to go. And you guys believe that shit. I'm not talking about us because we use critical thinking. He didn't know what to do with the money. It was the Whittaker's money. You fucking give it to them. Did you need to go to college for that? What? I'm sorry. What is it that you don't understand about that, you moron?
You've got several different scenarios with that misrepresentation. You've gotten people that have gotten text messages.
Hey, yo, dickhead, don't blame us because you have no integrity and you have a lack of fucking character. Don't blame us for calling you out. You don't like the mirror? Change the reflection.
That have complete new narratives behind.
Taking advantage of a bunch of inbred family whose genetics are off. Weaker people that you exploited and took advantage of and had them perform for a bag of chips. Shame on you. And paid people. They got paid. The Whittakers didn't get paid. You guys know that, right? I went over the receipts yesterday just on the Venmo.
And they're trying to twist it to make it look like it's something more than it really is. And then I've seen stuff, guys.
It's as simple as somebody coming in, wrecking a family, taking all the money and leaving. That's what you did.
That people are just making up completely out of thin air. None of it makes any sense. My wife came to me one night, very angry, seeing a woman say that she had known me and my wife her whole life.
Is this a crock of shit? Can you imagine? I want you guys to think about it. You're married to somebody, you know who this person is. Supposedly, if you honestly know who they are, and somebody comes up to you and says, hey, you know, they've been on methadone, and you won't even let them in the house until, well, you're that person, and you're saying to yourself, well, you know, that's not true. My husband's been online for a really long time. There's a bunch of haters. I'm used to this. It's just a bunch of the content creation bullshit. He turns it into something else because he's a liar. At this point, his wife has gotten hate from dad talk today. Because again, not everybody likes you. I don't care what you do. Not everybody likes you. You have haters out there. Look at Justin Bieber. Fucking hated for this Selena Gomez shit. Fucking hated for something else shit. The guy's loved by everybody, but he's got haters. We all have haters. We all have haters. I mean, I don't care. Look at Jesus Christ. I mean, we all have haters. So he's trying to say something to screw you up by saying, I mean, this makes no sense. You're in the content creation field. You know that you have fucking haters. Your wife has dealt with that. But here he is coming up with this crock of shit.
The reason I wasn't able to come home from West Virginia is because I'm on methadone. And my wife has given me this ultimatum. I can't come home until I'm off of the methadone. I've never taken methadone in my life.
So here's the thing. So somebody walked up to his wife, he said, and said, you won't let Eric home until he gets off that methadone. And his wife, who supposedly doesn't think Eric's on methadone, turns around and says, I don't know what you're talking about. My husband's not on methadone. End of story. What are you turning this into? What did you really lose out of this? I mean, seriously, what did you really lose out of this, Eric? You're the only one that didn't lose a fucking thing.
None of us know who this person is, and there has been more scenarios like that, guys, than I can even start to tell you.
Who cares?
At the end of the day, I did what I did for 3 people out there, and I'm not going to say their name, but
now, here's what I want you to hear. He did, seriously, he did what he did out there for 3 people. He doesn't want to say their name. What's that sound like? Who does that sound like? Whose language is that? We can't mention their names. We're going to call them the trio now.
Who I'm talking about, and they love me. I think the way
How many by hands do you think that those 3 love him, or anybody else in odd West Virginia loves him? Hands, please. Hands.
they act when I'm around tells you everything you need to know. They didn't have a voice.
You're embarrassing yourself, you fool.
I wanted to be their voice.
Yeah.
I know things.
I hate this guy. I hate this guy. You know nothing except how to take advantage of country folk. You piece of shit, in my opinion.
I will eventually be able to tell you what.
No, you won't. He's counting on time. He is counting on time to let us forget about this. And he's laughing. He is laughing. I have no doubt. I have no doubt this man is laughing.
What's going on. I can't do it right now. But when I can.
Why? Why can't you do it right now? Why can't you prove your innocence to us right now? Because you've created an investigation that allows you to walk away with people's money and give you time. You called APS. You created this fucking investigation so you could walk away. You piece of shit. That's my opinion. That's what I think you did. And I think you got help from Dingbat Dwayne and other people. That's what I think happened there. Now, we've got some pretty good sleuths here. We even have some ex-private detectives and others on my other channel. They can check into this and see. Why not? Why not? I don't buy this story. I think it's false. I think you created your own investigation. Hell, aren't we saying that that's what Lauren Matthias is doing? Seriously. Isn't that what we're saying that she's doing? But I guarantee you $5,000 means something to this guy. And this is about 200,000, right? Between 150 and 200,000. Created his own investigation so that he could leave. It gets better. Watch.
I promise you, I never would have said anything if I didn't have the proof to back up everything.
We're still waiting on the proof.
I've been saying to you guys. But again, from day one, I have been a cooperating witness, talking to the state police, talking to adult protection services. Also,
You called him. You called him, buddy. You called him. Of course you did. You started the investigation. Why don't you just say that?
so the money that's owed to the Whittakers. I tried to get that money over to the authorities.
Why wouldn't you give the money to the Whittakers? Why would you give that to the authorities? Were you going to give the authorities all of the money and your money and Patrick's money and the Whittakers' money? Or just the Whittakers' money? Why couldn't you give the Whittakers their money? You knew where they lived. You were on the porch plenty of times with a bag of chips. Gee, how much that money could have meant to them now?
Since day one, I didn't want that money in my control.
But I just couldn't manage to get my ass over there and tell them I am so sorry for breaking up their family. Here's money. I hope that this will help you get them back together. Silly me.
It was supposed to go into a trust account. The day that.
Who gives a shit? Here we are with his word salad. It didn't go into a trust account. That's your fault. You can't keep blaming people of weaker mind that you controlled for not doing the right thing and then claiming you know who they are and that you love them. You don't get to do that. You don't get to do that.
Betty no-showed the meeting with adult protection.
Remember the no-show that he said he missed? Remember? He said he missed it because of the date. Right? You don't remember that, guys? We do. We remember that, right?
Services. It's the same day she no-showed the meeting with the attorney, Robert.
We're going to blame it on this guy. We're going to blame it on this. Never this guy. This guy who's supposed to have it all together. He goes and he picks up the people he's supposed to go and pick up and do all of that shit. But when it comes to the Whittakers, people that actually need assistance, fuck them.
Dunlap out of Beckley, West Virginia, where I had emailed back and forth with him and said, I'm bringing Betty with me so we can get this.
Why don't you just take her? Shit, you managed to take Timmy. Why don't you take Betty? Because it wasn't a priority. And if you wanted them to have the money, all you had to do was go and give it to them. That didn't stop you. The money wasn't under investigation. It wasn't under investigation until you left with it, dumbass. And you want us to believe this time frame here. Yeah.
This trust account set up today. With them getting government benefits, they can't have just big sums of money gave to them.
Stop it.
It can mess up things. But I'm in contract with Betty and Larry. That's their money. And if they will tell me.
Okay, so this was October 3rd. he's saying that that's their money. If he would just, if they would just tell them where the money should go, that he would give them the money. What happened? You know where they live. What happened? Why didn't you do that? Why didn't you do that? This was October 3rd. You said that.
Where to put it. I have an attorney now. The last thing I wanted to do was go hire an attorney. I was in this thing to build a house for this family, of whom the majority of them I love very much.
There aren't enough words. You know, I'm not a violent person, but you're one guy that I would take out like 62 years of hostility on in one punch. What you did to this family and how you get on here with that fucking face of yours and lie. You piece of shit. He's going to end up with all of that money. He is. He's going to end up with all that money.
And that's not happening now. I wasn't getting the truth from anyone. Nothing.
No, fuck you. Fuck you. You don't know the truth if it bit you in the ass. Look at the smirk on his face. Watch, it gets better.
Was transparent. And I would love to tell you, if I knew then what I know now, I never would have gotten involved. You don't know what I know. I can't say that because I know there's 3 people that are much better off right now than they were before. But it has.
And how do you know that? How do you know that? How do you know that?
It's not been easy for me in that
Nobody's asking about you. Nobody gives a fuck about you.
process to make sure that they are taken care
Go
of.
ask your kid how you are.
Adult Protection Services told me numerous times that money would be out of my possession before I left West Virginia.
Then why are you trying to keep it from them now?
That didn't happen. The last I heard from them, and it's been over a couple of weeks ago, they told me they were talking to a judge that would let me know where to put that money. Never happened.
Just give them the money and let it be their problem with the taxes. It's as simple as that. Or send it to Patrick and make it be Patrick's problem. You still want the money. That's it. That's all it is.
I offered to give it to the state police and the lead investigator.
Yeah, can you imagine the police officer? Sure, I'll take the money with the body cam and everything. I'll take the money. I'll be responsible for the money. Why didn't you go to the same porch that you went to with your fucking bag of chips and give them their money?
When I was there, they knew it was in my possession. I created a savings account where I took all of the money related to the Whittakers and put it in that account.
Where is it? If you've created a savings account and it's there, then, just send them the card. Send them the ATM card to get that out. Like, here we go. Both sides of his mouth. He's a chit-chatter, isn't he?
I haven't taken out my part, reimbursed myself.
Nothing? Oh, there. Did you hear the word reimburse himself? You remember all those receipts yesterday? What's he going to reimburse himself for? I'm just asking. What do you think he could possibly reimburse himself for? What's left to reimburse himself? Did you see all of those receipts yesterday? You think those donations were for $1?
Anything. I put it in there and it's sitting there until my attorney lets me know where they want us to distribute.
And then what? We get the letter. Then we get the letter stating that there's a breach of contract.
He's going to be doing the distribution for me.
And then they have to decide how much money they're supposed to get, right? Remember that?
He has sent out letters to Patrick, Betty, and Larry, letting them know I no longer want to be involved in this thing. This is not what I signed up for. And for anybody that thinks I was here for nefarious reasons, guys, have I been making content?
You made plenty of content. 2 months worth of content, $200,000. Look at his eyes. Look at his eyes. He's smiling, the bastard.
I don't want to make content about this right now. I was there to...
Well, why should you make content now? You ain't looking too good. Nobody wants to see you with a bag of chips. No. We want to see you in horizontal stripes.
help someone, wanted them to have a better...
No, you didn't. You went there to take advantage and exploit, and that's what you did. And that's what you did.
better life. And this thing has just went completely off rails. If those 3 were still there and I had the resources and I could build them a home...
You do have the resources. You do have the resources. They're not there because of you, but you have the resources and it still belongs to them.
My heart would 100% be behind it.
Your heart, but your mind wouldn't. Yeah, there's a conflict of interest in there. You're a dickhead. In my opinion, I believe.
That's not what's happening now. And I don't even know what's happening now, but I know I don't want to be involved in this.
You don't know what's happening now? Oh, yes, you do. Sonny, tell him what is happening right now.
I've been sitting back. Anything that you see online that's been done on the Whittaker Facebook or anything, it's not me. It's just not. I've sat back.
On the Whittaker Facebook, we've already known, but you notice how he says anything that's been done online on the Whittaker Facebook? What about the other channels? Because the Whittaker Facebook page you never had. That was Patrick's page, right? Wasn't that Patrick's page? What about the YouTube channels? What about the X? What about the TikTokas? What about your Facebook channel? What's all that? See, this is the stuff that you don't mention. Very much like Sonny.
I've been silent, and I've just seen the circus continue. I don't know what's going on unless people tell me about it. I don't want to look at it. I don't want to look.
Why? Why don't you want to look at it? Why? Because you don't look good. You don't look good at all. At all. Bet you this is a monetized video.
These content creators that are going out there trying to bring this situation up to get views on themselves is disgusting. It is absolutely disgusting.
You know what's disgusting? The fact that we have to bring out this because of what you did. This isn't disgusting. See, I'm not in your face with the camera. I'm taking your video and I'm criticizing it using critical thinking. I didn't go to anybody's house with a bag of chips and a camera and hire somebody for $500 to hold up an iPhone while I perform as if I'm giving somebody the world after somebody gave it to me to give to them, but I'm looking like the good guy. I'm looking like the good guy. I'm taking everybody's money and I'm giving it to them. And I'm looking like the good guy and I'm getting paid for it, by the way. And what's best is I'm going to leave with all of the money. Come on, man. Seriously.
None of you knew what you were talking about. You're claiming to have information that you don't have. You're trying to go into people's lives and find certain situations to find any type of dirt to justify you get.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold the phones. You did that. You did that before anybody did that, sir. You did that against Patrick. Remember that fanning device you used with all those pieces of paper that claimed to be Patrick's history? When Ernie Evans looked up Patrick's history and there were he drives like shit. That's what he said. He said, not a very good driver. You know what I'm saying? And there was one other thing that had nothing to do with fraud or anything like that. And it was a personal thing. So, okay. Not saying any of that's okay, but you're the one that brought up all that shit and you lied about it. You misled with it. That's what you did. You misled. Fighting all this horrible stuff. And you talked about the money that he owed to that family. Remember that? That was you that did that. So let me guess. You could do it to everybody else, but you don't like it when it's done to you. Sounds like Sonny and you. They don't like nobody knowing the name and what the game is about. But that's the truth.
On the screen so you can take advantage of this situation to get people to look at you. Good job.
People have been looking at me before this, sir. Thank you. People have been looking at me before this. This is about you. Don't take it on me. It's about you. You are the star of this show.
You're relevant. Not really.
Well, listen, I'm relevant, and I know that. And not from taking people's money and not from breaking up families. But I'm pretty relevant. I am. For doing nice things. Not horrible things. See, the difference is I'm not trying to be relevant to the whole fucking world, buddy. I just want to be relevant to the people I love and care about. You put on a show. That's on you.
It's pretty sad that you have to do that because, listen, there's real life consequences to this. When I was in West Virginia, I'll never forget it. It'll be just like 9/11.
This is great, guys. This is too, and listen, I don't think it's funny at all. But this is how important the stupid, I mean, like, what an insult. We're going to end this on this, but this is like an insult. This is, again, look over there while I do something over here. This is somebody who is insulting my intelligence and I believe our intelligence. So watch.
I know where I was, what I was doing, who I was with when 9/11 happened. I'll never forget where I
Me
was
too.
and what I was doing when I got in the news that Charlie Kirk had been shot. I'm up in this strange town in West Virginia where I had gone away from my house and my family.
Strange town? You've been up there for a long time. You know those roads and everything. You felt pretty comfortable up there. What does Charlie Kirk's unaliving have to do with it? That's right. You thought you had the least little importance that somebody would come and take you out. They would have. They would have come and taken you out, probably. But it wouldn't have been because you do great things or freedom of speech or anything like that. They probably just would have beaten the hell out of you for what you did to the Whittakers and probably would have taken their money. That's what they probably would have done. So the fact that you had maybe some people that were more than happy to take the money off your hands and you were running away says something about you. Leave Charlie Kirk out of it. I know that here's the thing. He interviewed Charlie Kirk at one time. Now he doesn't need the Whittakers anymore because that video he put up again and it's made a lot of views, of course, on the back of Charlie Kirk. So here's a massive piece of shit, in my opinion, Eric Carroll, who went ahead and said, fuck the Whittakers, the whole family. It's more important that I let my father-in-law go on this great, what was that thing he spent? That shit cost a ton of money. That flight simulator or landing simulator thing that he did for his father-in-law. The Whittakers are broken up. The Whittakers don't have anything. And he's doing that and videotaping it and then going to his daughter's prom. And I think he got her a car or something. Somebody said, I don't know about that. Yeah, he's a piece of shit. I agree. I agree. I agree. I agree. I don't know who she is. So she's more than welcome to come on the show. Good. I'm glad that you did. I never tell people not to do that stuff, but I just think that's horrible. You know what I'm saying? I just think that's absolutely horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Susan, thank you, Susan. Thank you so much. I appreciate that so much. Yeah. Can you imagine? Can you imagine that? So guys, I just wanted you to see all of what was going on and how I read the same things that they put out, right? And he didn't get paid again because I had that video. I had that video on my download. So he got paid the one time. Actually, I don't think that's even from his channel, to be honest with you. I took it from somebody else's channel. He's a horrible guy. Okay, that's cool. But I think YouTube's still up and running, is it? I agree. I agree, Rhonda. That's what I said the same thing. I mean, I didn't say exactly what you said, but I agree, and he should be able to explain himself. I never really looked it up, but I think that there's a few people that are doing it now. And the other one too. I hate to tell you, and the other one too. I don't know about that, Betty, but you know. Thanks, SB. You're kind of a big deal too. Isn't that terrible? Yep. Do you guys feel it too? I mean, seriously, who does that? Who friggin' does that? Deplorable piece of shit. It's just absolutely horrible. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to, why was he even in there? Bingo. Why didn't he go home? Yeah, he's a horrible, horrible person. Absolutely a horrible person. He's living high on the hog, and the Whittakers basically living with them. I hate to say it, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. You got to learn how to do that, I reckon. He needs to be sued, right? He does. He does. Anyway, guys, really, that's about all I got for you. I just wanted to go over this and just show it to you because, you know, at first when we see them, this isn't really what we expect, right? And some of this shit happened right before our eyes, but some of us called it. I wasn't one of those people that called it. A few of you guys called it. Maybe you knew who he was, maybe not. Maybe you saw it, just saw it coming. Absolutely horrible. But don't get pissed now at the content creators, Eric, that are out here showing who you are. We're just using you for content now. How do you feel about that? You use the Whittakers. You didn't pay them. Anyway, that's it, guys. I don't know what else to say. I appreciate y'all. Please hit the like button. I do have some more videos I want to put out today, but guys, I also have my laundry to do. Don't tell anybody. And I like doing laundry, believe it or not. I really do appreciate all of you and always for allowing me to be part of your day. I am so grateful. Don't forget, we're going to start going to church. 8 o'clock Sunday mornings. Those that want to, I'm set up for next week's church or this week's coming church. So take care, guys. It's been great. It's been great. Have a good one. And I appreciate you. And I'll speak to you real soon. Thank you, guys. Thank you.